Hello, everybody. Brian here from quantlabs.net. We are going to talk about Chart Director and specifically the Chart Director Python edition. If you come to my website or YouTube channel at youtube.com/quantlabs, do a search here on Chart Director. You will get videos on Chart Director on the various capabilities of it. I'm currently using either Mac OS 10 or Linux. So there's different versions of it running. So let me just go over to Chart Director, the website. Okay, so here we are on Chart Director. They have all kinds of charts, different types of charts. They have a specific set for finance, and they also have a specific set for Java. Now with Java, here is the overall manual, I guess online manual. We also have the products, which is additions. It's a library written in C++, but it can connect into other languages like Python, PHP, Java, C++, .NET, C#, Ruby, Cold Fusion. All right, and it can also run on pretty well any operating system. So if I choose Python, here is some features. It has the ability to also run using a JavaScript chart viewer, JavaScript library with CGI and standalone sample code. I haven't got this yet running. I'm intending to. Now, there's two options I have. I'm not going to focus on that, but I will say this. If you decide to use charting with a front-end GUI, I have mentioned that Python is not all that strong in GUI development for graphic user interface. It's actually very, I wouldn't even say don't even go there. If you are planning to go down that path, I would strongly recommend you, if you are staying outside the Windows and Microsoft world, the only option you really have is Qt, and that's with C++. So they do have some options available with Qt. There is also in this Python the JavaScript option as well. I'm not sure which way I would rather go, but I don't know. I'm not a fan of either JavaScript or Qt, but I probably hate to say it, I'd choose Qt over JavaScript, just because you're still in the C++ world. So regardless of what path you go on for the standalone versions, yeah, just remember those are your two options. So anyways, what we're dealing with is when you download this version, so let me just pull this up. You will find the Python version here, and you have all your operating systems to choose from for Linux, Solaris, FreeBSD, and of course Mac. Now I'm a Mac guy for now. I'll eventually move probably to either Linux or FreeBSD. It does work on either, so that's the nice thing. So when you download it here, it will create a tar file, a compressed file. You untar it, and at some point you will have a Chart Director folder once you extract it. So in my case, I have Chart Director. Here are the contents. If you need, there is a README document that will show you how to purchase it, because you do get a trial edition. You can do that here or off the site. Also, if you go into the library, or sorry, the document, what you'll find there is now a HTML version, which is basically this right here. So in here, it will have an installation section. Now, this will show you how to untar it, or tar it, or extract it in Linux. And then you can basically get everything set up. Now, there's two versions. There's the CGI to run it in a web server. As I said, I'm not going to go down that path. Then there's a straight up Python off, like the Python interpreter through your command line, or running the interpreter off the command line. So this is what we'll stick with. So a couple of things that you will need to also do is to include the dependencies, which is in the library folder. So all of these right here. Okay. Now, just so everybody knows that's new to this, an SO extension is a dynamic library, or a Python. PY is obviously a Python script. So you'll notice here that there's also these two things, a Python piece for finance. Okay, that's for the financial features of Chart Director. So when you read, what you need to do is you need to copy all of the libraries and dependencies into a Python module search path, and you can do that by running that command I just highlighted on your command prompt. Now remember, I just want to make sure everybody understands this. In my current Mac that I'm running, I have two versions of Python. I have Python 2.7 here by running Python. Then I also have another version of Python 3 running by running Python 3, as you can tell, and that's 3.64. So also there's pip, okay? So that's pip for Python 2, okay? That's for installing the packages. Then I have another specific one for pip called pip3. Now, for some reason down the line, if you ever have a problem with Python, what you do is, in my case, which happened for whatever reason, just come under, well, let's say go to the python.org site. There's the two versions. In my case, Python 3.64. You click that, whatever your operating system is, just load it by running this pkg package. If you are on Mac, Windows, it should run in 3.64. Python 2 for Windows, I remember, is pretty hairy. And Linux is a different beast, which I think you should be able to run by downloading it right from this site. Okay, so as I said, we have the two versions of Python. In my case, I want it to run on Python 3. So I have to know what my module or package search path is for Python 3. So here we are with that. By running it, here are the various paths that I have available for my packages. This particular folder here is for when you download using pip and downloading that right from the web through the Python 3 pip3 repository. So I have that. Now if I list ls this path, oops, what you'll notice here, as I just, not the cleanest way to do this, I know, but I just copied all of the SO files from Chart Director and copied them into this folder. Okay, that was how I got that running. And I also have the finance chart and Py Chart Director Python script as well loaded up here. And that's as per the instructions. So those are in this directory, and that's kind of what it says. Copy everything in the chart lib, including the fonts, to a director to your Python module search path. So that's what I did. Not the cleanest, I know. All right, so once you're able to do that, you want to make sure you're able to run the sample demos. So if you go back to your folder where you installed Chart Director, you have here, as I said earlier, two versions, the Python demo standalone and then the Python demo CGI that enables you to run it through a web server. I'm not going to bother with that, but I will show you the Python demo. So what we have here is we have various Python scripts, as you can see, to demonstrate the different ways to run Python. Sorry, chart director for Python. So there's three finance related Python finance scripts. So if I run each one, what'll happen is it appears like it does finance PY. It appears it does nothing, but what you'll notice here is it creates this chart in your folder. Let me just go into that. So we want docs, and then we want the Python, and then this is where we're going to go, Python demo, and the one we just ran is this one, and created that chart. So there you go. That's what it created. So essentially, whatever's in the code, this is what it creates, where you get lots of features, all the different indicators, RSI, momentum, and a variety of other ones. Now, remember, this is a paid package. It's why you're paying for it, to get these extra technical indicators that you pretty well cannot get anywhere, and not as easily to create these charts in Python. So if I look at the other samples, I'll run this one, Finance 2, see what that generates. Oops. Okay, and then I go back, you'll see Finance 2, and then again you get the different moving averages, let's say, and some Dawn chain, that's spelled, and then SMA, and there's a whole pile of them. I'll show you that in a minute. MACD, and so on, so divergence. And we have the last one, which is the finance symbols. Let me just remove that just for kicks. And then if I go finance, Python 2, finance demo, wasn't it demo? Oh, I'm sorry, finance symbols. There we go. So the chart gets created, the PNG, and voila, there you go. So this one's actually giving you some form of signals here, here to sell or short, and buy, sell. So, and that's probably just using some kind of SMA here. So it's all there. Now, what are you getting with this thing? So if you look at the chart director finance technical indicators, you'll notice quite the little subset here. Let's see, right. So as I said, we have here the interactive one. So we're not going to get into that. So that just depends upon your language that you're using. We also just see if we have indicator. Let's give you a list here. So we have here, as I said, the main chart, plus these indicators, volume bars, MACD, so on and so forth. And I think it's this one that we want. Yeah, so we can add all these different indicators that we want. As I said, the different moving averages, just a pile of stuff. envelopes, volume bars, more indicators, I'm assuming. But ATR, ADX, this Chaikin I can never get, momentum. And the thing is, when you look at the code, let's check out some of the code here. So let me check out finance pi. Obviously, we have a random table that gets created. We have our column of data. I'll create another video for that for my course. Show you how to do that specific for your Python. And then you have your, your different timestamps, your data that you're adding. So looks pretty much easier than Matplotlib. You set your dates, your data, your main chart, the size of it, at a 5 period simple moving average. So there you can add that. You add that. The high-low close with different colors, Bollinger, volume, RSI, momentum, and then you create the chart. That's pretty simple. So let's check out the other one. So it's similar, and I guess we're just adding more indicators, but it's pretty straightforward by the looks of it. Compute moving average starting from the first day. We need to add extra day points before the first day. Okay, we know that. And then the last one, let's check that source code out as well. Okay, so high-low close columns. So like I said, I'll show you how to set up the columns and the data. But here's the interesting thing for that strategy with the columns. For your moving average type of strategy with the crosses, we can set the signals. Let's see how they get created. Scattered layer, offset, scatter layer. Here's our moving averages, volume indicator, and RSI. So right here, I guess it's a cell layer and a bilayer. So we have a scattered layer, bisignal, arrow shape, whatever these parameters are, and then I'll figure all that out. And then same with the bi and the cell. So that's some of the limited features. I will also say, in case you don't watch the video, one of the hard things to do when it comes to charting, specifically, you can use Chart Director with live chart. So you can do that. Looks like maybe in Java, I'm not sure. But I'm not sure. I guess that's using the JS chart viewer. But it can be done. Again, that's another day to do live charting. But it can be done through Chart Director as a feature. Okay, so again, I'm keeping it simple. And hopefully this helps you out. Over and out.